Welcome everyone to another hotel review. I'm your hotel critic Caleb Kent, and I'm a multi-hobbyist here on YouTube. And in this review, I will be covering Disney's Pop Century Resort. I got to stay at this property this first half of April, and here are my thoughts. Before we get started, here are some fun facts about the property. It has 2,880 rooms, it is 177 acres in size, the rooms are designed like a motel, and completes my credit for all the Walt Disney World Value Resort hotels. Stop, you're all too kind. Anyway, the theme of the property is a huge tribute to all the popular fashions, styles, and trends around the world during the late 1900s. And that should be pretty obvious to just about anyone that comes and stays here. And not only that, I think it actually came across to me pretty well. Not only because of the colors and scenery, but also the location. Prior to staying here, I thought it would just be another all-star resort type of property. And while that was the case to an extent, it's got some things about it that gives it a different vibe. For one, the lobby is the same exact layout as the property right across from it, Disney's Art of Animation Resort. And second, the landscaping around the resort makes it look good. The layout of this resort is like if you combined one of Disney's all-star resort properties and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. Upon arriving at the resort, you'll see the quite noticeable sign, because it's poppy. You see what I did there? You'll take note of the 1950s to 1990s sign in a style most associated with each decade. As you make your way up to the lobby, you'll be greeted by a bunch of pictures and displays of objects that were a big deal or had a significance in the time period of the late 1900s. And the color choices for the inside of the lobby set a homey yet vacation-y type of vibe, if that makes a lick of sense. But seriously, it's actually quite nice in the lobby. After checking in, you'll make your way through and enter a center spot, which is where you'll see a gift shop. Just like the Art of Animation, it's just about the same, basically. When you make your way out of the lobby, you'll be greeted by a very well-decorated front piece. There's a huge pop sign right behind you and facing forward, and the palm trees were placed perfectly for that sign. And the same goes for the rest of the trees here, actually. There are technically 4 sections for this resort: the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s/90s. This is why I said technically, because for a reason that I can't make out with the quantity of brain cells that I have, the 80s buildings and 90s buildings share one whole section. But I gotta say, the exterior is pretty nice for this place. Yes, it has its wacky parts like the All-Star Resort, but the color schemes and scenery placements make up for those parts on a quite significant level in my opinion. The 60s section is especially done very well. It's the first section you see when walking out from the lobby, and the pool there looks gorgeous. It's got a flower-shaped design, and it looks good from every elevated angle you can view it from. And the orange color schemes make it stand out visually. So, good on you for this one, Disney. There are 2 other pools in this entire resort to utilize, by the way. As for the rest of the property, it looks neat with all the colors and landscaping. But if we're all being real here, the exterior is not super well done like the nicer properties here at Disney are. But nevertheless, it still has its charm to it. The lake is actually what I believe is what brings it its most charm. Actually. So here are your options dining-wise. You have your mobile order restaurant called Everything Pop Shopping and Dining in the lobby. It's just about the same as the Art of Animation, so not much to report on. But it looks adequate for a Disney resort at least. Then there's Pedal's Pool Bar for the hippy dippy pool. Then there's other places to dine at, which can be found at Disney Springs, because that is it. Only 2 options. And getting to Disney Springs as well as the theme park should be no hassle with just a Disney bus transportation ride away. But you won't need it for Disney's Hollywood Studios or Epcot, as this property is located right next to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Even though I think this property isn't anything extremely special, I will say that if there's one thing I love about this property, it's the access to the Disney Skyliner, which makes it convenient for location if you want to be near Disney's Hollywood Studios or Epcot. So, how are the rooms exactly? They are very similar to the rooms at the All-Star Resort, but just different enough for me. The room is not anything to go insane about when you first arrive and get settled into, but it's still neat. It sets a relaxing vibe and it kind of makes you feel a bit at home while still giving you enough of a feel to immerse you on vacation. When you come back home to your room after a long day at the parks, you'll be just comfortable winding down. It's nothing like the other properties here at Disney World, but for what you pay, I'd say it's pretty good. Now, how different are the rooms here when compared to the rooms at the All-Star Resort?
Alright, so the main differences with this room versus the All-Star Resort rooms is that it has a lighter feel to it. The walls in the bathroom area are lighter blue instead of lighter green. There's some design on the tiles for the shower walls. The backdrop for the bed is different. So is the pull-out bed. The seats are different. They have like a retro kind of theme. The curtain is definitely different. I think that's probably about it. There's a few other stuff, but it's very similar to the All-Star Resort, but I like that this is actually like different. This is different enough, so good job, Disney.
So yeah, that's the difference. To briefly analyze the room, it's not much, but it's good. And I'm glad to report that there were no legitimate cons that I had during my stay. Really, my only thing about this place is that it's not somewhere I'd come back to for my own pleasure and outside of the reasons for the credit and review, only because it's not luxurious or anything super special. While that is harsh to say about the property, in no way, shape, or form is this property a bad place to stay. In fact, it's a very good deal if you're trying to save money. It has charm and convenience, which is really all you need. Strictly speaking here, this resort may not have the highest rank in elegance, but it has pretty good value for what you get. In conclusion, if you are looking for a Disney World property with convenience of location, budget-friendly prices on average, and just a generally good atmosphere and feel for a Disney resort, this will be a great option to choose. But if you prioritize luxury and just a more Disney hotel feel in general, then I'd say choose another option to pick. It's got a good look to it thanks to its location, nature scenery, and color schemes, as well as its attributes to the late 1900s trends. And the perks for what you get when staying here are worth the money it costs to stay here. In fact, because of that, I rank this as the best value resort hotel at Walt Disney World. It may not be the absolute most magical place to stay at Disney, but it's still a good place to stay at for your vacation at Walt Disney World. I got more properties to check off my list, but I don't see myself coming back. Don't get me wrong, I liked my stay here, but it's not anything super nice to draw me back to staying here again. And if you think I'm a bit spoiled for saying that, you are in fact incorrect. I am very spoiled. But embracing flaws is good to an extent, so without further ado, after everything I've said, Disney's Pop Century Resort gets a final score of 88 out of 100. Thank you for watching this hotel review, and I will catch you all next time. Over and out, on to the outro.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to go check out some other videos that I have made, you're just one click on the channel icon away from doing so. If you want to find me on social media, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. They're listed right up. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you wish to do so. And if you are or will be a returning viewer, I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing day.